All right. Ooh, pardon my bad haircut. I'll apologize to Eric too. I just haven't had time. It is Friday. 4年5年，这是我中文不好，我不准备，我汉语看 I'm not practicing, but again, this is for Mr. Eric Kong's benefit. Haven't seen the good man in quite some time. It's been a bad month, end of the year for the whole world, but hopefully it'll be a better new year. 新年快乐, right? So let's see if Eric's ready. See you in a few. Okay. So yeah, this is just for his benefit, and then we'll time out again and then do it halfway. But so it is a 7 coming up on 7:55 in America. 在美国，3上号在美国，1上号在中国。Good evening in China. So it's evening there. So I thought I'd start earlier. There he is. Good. Hey,
Hello,
buddy, what's
you.
happening, man?
So here in my city, I think the pandemic is okay now, even though I think nearly most of our classmates had got the pandemic, but they were all very okay because as we get vaccinated, it's just like a bad cough.
Yes, it's. I don't think it's that serious unless you're a smoker, right? I think we've talked
Yeah,
about this, right? Or you're punk, right? You're fat, then it's a problem, right? If you're overweight or you have underlying conditions, right? In medical, I know you're interested in medicine too, right? So if you have underlying conditions that you have asthma or you can't breathe, right? Some breathing issues, it can become more serious. Uh,
yes,
Interesting. Yeah, pardon my hair, man, but your hair is long too. I need a haircut, but
yeah,
I like your hair, man. You look
yeah,
cool.
thank you. I think I have to get a haircut because I did it maybe um 1 to 2 months ago, nearly 7 weeks, I think.
That's all right. When you get to university, man, people have pink hair, purple hair, right? People change their hair color and do all sorts of crazy things, right? When you're still in school, when your parents are still ni lao ban, right? You must obey them and do what they want to do. Do you think it is a pandemic or an endemic, Eric?
So now I think it's still a pandemic because it's like worldwide. And I think within a few years it will become an epidemic in just several areas because in other areas it is really common.
Yeah, there's right. It's a slight difference between the three. Sorry, I can't see on Ding Talk for some reason this morning. I need to switch out, but I just sent you. So endemic, pandemic, and epidemic. All right. So there's a slight
Yeah.
derivation. You can look these up, but I would say pandemic means like pandemonium, right? Uh, Pandemonium. You know what? You chong pandemonium, yo. Sooting, pandemonium, wooting, 5 syllables, right? Do you know what pandemonium means in English? Obviously.
Um, I think it means something like chaos condition because I have heard of this word before.
Yeah, so it's very similar, right? It's the same prefix, right? In English grammar, right? Prefix. What's the difference between prefix and suffix?
Prefix is the thing that you add before a word, and then suffix is the thing you add at the end of it.
Correct. Excellent. Fabulous. So, all right, this will help you if you take any English, right, standardized test or what have you, right? It won't help you on the IELTS, but if you take a English grammar test and well, it may help you on the IELTS, right? So if you don't know the word, so pandemonium, you know the word or you know what it means, right? Chaos or feng hua, right? It's crazy, right? Pandemonium, you're going crazy. So then what do you think pandemic would mean then? when you associate that with the virus?
A crazy virus causing a lot of like chaos, I think. It's a bigger one.
Yeah, yeah, that's good, right? There's not, right? We all know in every, like in Chinese, a character can mean many things. A word, right, in any language can mean many things. That was good. That was good. I would more closely associate that to the people. So if you have a pandemic, people are going crazy because of the virus, right?
Yes.
It's craziness, right? So maybe that's, maybe that's part of the thing too, right? When people start getting it, then they get crazy and et cetera, et cetera. So did you, I know you had said your classmates got the pandemic. They wouldn't get the pandemic. They would get the dangun, right? They would get the virus.
Yes.
Yeah, right. You don't get a pandemic. A pandemic happens, right? So we've
Yes.
had this pandemic now, what, 3 years, right, brother?
It
Three
is three
on the end?
years.
Oh my God.
Starting from I think 2019 or
Yeah, this is
2020.
this is yeah, this is the worst. This is the worst. This is the worst year, man. Hopefully next year is better. It's got to get better, right?
Yeah, I hope it's the last year.
Yeah, no kidding. I think it's when things happen like this, it takes a while for medicine to correct it or provide a vaccine, right? Which is what they
Yes.
give us, right? The vaccine, Sinopharm, the other ones, right? That those are called vaccines, right? So when it takes a while for them to catch up and to provide a good one, right? So I think we all
Yes.
do. Yeah, I know you probably had it. I had it. I know my son has it, right? You get a polo shot in your arm when you're younger. That took forever to really become effective, right? To become
Yes.
yeah. So, but everything
Yes. Well,
else
I
is
am not really sure if I had it. I just had a fever for 1 hour, and the temperature isn't really high.
yeah, no, you probably just fever or a cold. I know I had it. I had it over the last three. I know I had it at least once. In Cambodia when I was in Cambodia. Again, you're one of smarter than me, Eric. You are, but like, and the problem with China and then India, because there's so many people,
Yes,
right?
so it's
Right.
easy
So
to
yeah, so many people, and then
get
when
the
you're together and
virus.
you're so close that it spreads, right? The virus can spread more quickly. But I know I had it in Cambodia, and I had the shakes, and yeah, I mean, if you're healthy, right, you've got to eat healthy,
Yes.
you've got to be healthy, then it's not a problem. It's like having the flu, right? Influenza. Um,
Yes.
but if you're sick, if you smoke all the time, if you're a heavy drinker, you're obese, right? You're fat, then it can become serious. All right, my friend, excellent. Well, let's do some more writing. I know your mom wants you to improve your writing, but I think you're an excellent writer for sure already. How was the end of so you haven't had your final, your call. You haven't had
Yeah,
your
we're
final.
preparing for it now, but we
Okay.
are still not sure if we will have it because maybe other schools say that they will have the final exam after the winter holiday.
Oh, I see. So to keep everyone at home and safe, and then when you get return.
Yes.
Okay. So that's smart, right? Chongming. I think that's smart. That's good. That's good. All right, this is good. I like that. You do the 26 essay. You remember. That's cute, Eric. That's good. All right. Yeah, we don't need that, but that's all right. That's great. Cliff session. Good. Good. We don't need that, but that's good. All right, perfect. All right, you have the day. That's cool. All right. Thank you. Yeah, for putting what it was. Now, did you just borrow it from the website?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
not me, it's my mother searched it on the website and found it for
Yeah.
me, and then she just put all the words onto it.
Excellent. Very good. Look at my cup, man.
Well, it's cute.
Shenzhen, Suba, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shenzhen. All right. Yeah. All right. So do you agree or disagree? So right off the bat, what kind of essay is this called?
It's called compare. Yeah, I think it's compare and contrast.
Either compare and contrast, right? Or it's just you can call it a comparative,
Yes.
right? To yin yang, right? Comparative, compare something. All right. So do you agree or disagree with the following statement? Okay. The best way to truly relax and reduce stress is to spend time alone. Interesting. Okay. Use specific reasons and examples to support your answer. Excellent. I know, right? You've come up short, right? So remember, at least 220, because no matter
Yeah.
how well you write, you could write 219 words, Eric. That could be the best essay ever, but they will probably deduct you because of, right? They want at least 220 words, right? All right, perfect. And again, if you took the IELTS now, but I know you won't take it for several years, but if you took it right now, it would probably be online, right? Because of the virus. So I'm not sure how it's conducted. Um, I'm sure it's, obviously on the computer. They don't want you distracted. They probably have a special program design where you can't research anything while you're talking, etc. And I think even when you take the IELTS exam now, to write 你切字可在你 or 就是你说 right, to write with your hand now is almost a lost art, right? No one does this
Yes.
anymore, right? When was the last time you actually used your hand, Eric, to write something?
So now we're in middle school. So our school wanted us to write in hand when we're having all sorts of exams in English. We have to write our articles in using our hands, but not on the laptop.
Wonderful. That's great because I call it a lost art because no one does it anymore, right? So if we don't
Yes.
keep practicing it, right, it will be lost. I love China because you see the old men with the water sponge in the park, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and I love that. I always look and I'm like, yeah, that's great. That's beautiful, right? It's good, but no one does it. All you young people, right? It's all texting and on the computer now, so no one writes. So for essays like this, guaranteed, I think, right? IELTS, you're going to be typing, right? So even at home or even in the future, right? You're going to be at a computer. So I don't know. All right, I would think it's right 12 times again, 12 times New Roman or times New Roman font. Yeah. And then point, a 12 point. That is the standard, right? I know in English and I think in Western language. Again, I think I've shared that with you. Okay, so do you agree or disagree with the following statement? The best way to truly relax and reduce stress is to spend time alone. Use specific reason and examples to support your answer. Okay, structurally, it looks great. Now, how many words, Eric? How many words do you think you typed?
So this one I think is about 270.
Did you? All right, let's check it out. Where is the stamp thing? Sorry, man. Oh, okay. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Sorry. Trying to shift. How can I think Zoom has changed some of their word count. Where's the word count? There we go. Here we go. Fabulous, Eric. All right. We don't have to worry about that. 281, my friend. That is pretty good. Okay. Again, I don't. So some of this, right? Because mine is American English Word document, right? So what they suggest, right, are different words, right? Which you do the word, but from a Chinese Word document, right? So you might not see this. We'll go over these. Sometimes I don't agree with it because it's obviously it's a person that inputs this, right? So that doesn't mean they're
Yes.
God. It doesn't mean they're the best at English, right? The people that work for Microsoft, right? In my opinion, anyway. All right. So regardless of age, individuals from all industries need ample amount of relaxation. Okay, why would you say from all industries?
Um, it's not, I don't mean from all these industries. I mean, people, um, if they are teenagers like us and adults or even elderlies, they have to have stress, and through this they want to get specific amount of relaxation.
Okay. Yeah, industries would mean like, right, you are ni ishong, right? Bai shong, right? Doctor, lawyer, or professor. Though that is like your business, right? So it doesn't say business in here. So I would just get rid of this,
Yes.
right? That preposition from. So regardless of age, individuals amount need ample amount of relaxation. That's okay. And again, how can we make this better by not ending it in a preposition?
Um,
You could probably just change this. I like regardless of age. That's okay. That's a good beginning. But then how could you change this so where it doesn't end with an of relaxation?
um, I think we can shift it to ample amount of relaxation. Um, is Yeah, now there is another preposition in the end of the
I
word.
would be less informal, right? I would say individuals is very like maybe formal. And although it's a serious test, IELTS, it's still it's not you're not taking your medical exam or your lawyer exam, right? It's still rather informal. So I would say regardless of age, all people need relaxation, maybe.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? I don't know. I just think it's a little bit less informal. I wonder if you could use hyphens. Is this regardless of age? Nah, that's all right. Okay, regardless of age, all people need relaxation. Right. Dot dot or tap tap. Is spending time, we'll just do one. Is spending time alone the best way to truly relax and reduce stress? That's good. And I use that too. I just finished my book, by the way. I'll send you, I'm hoping to get it published. So I'll send you guys a link.
Yeah, I will
Yeah.
look at it.
Okay, good. So regardless of age, all people need, but I use this, but I use it sparingly, right? I don't use it that much, but that's a book, right? I've got something like almost 200 pages, and I maybe use maybe four interrogatory. Do you know what that is, Eric?
I'm not,
Interrogatory.
I don't know this word.
Interrogatory versus interrogative. Do you know the difference between those questions?
No, I haven't heard of these words. They seem very complex.
So interrogatory means like it's rhetorical. Like so if I'm asking you a question, man, Eric, isn't this pandemic crazy? Right? It's almost given. We know that the pandemic is crazy, even though I have a question mark. We both know. We both know it is, right? So that is more interrogatory, right? Interaction, right?
Yes.
Right? The prefix. Now, interrogative means or investigative. Interrogative means you are asking a question because you want an answer, right? You are eliciting or soliciting, right? An answer from someone.
Yes.
Okay, so what do you think? What is this interrogatory or investigative? This question that
I
you're
think
asking the
it's
reader.
investigative.
Right. Um, So I'm not sure I would use an investigative question when you are given one. You see what I'm saying? Because
Yes.
IELTS wants the answer from you. They don't want you to ask them a question. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So, regardless of age, people all need relaxation. Is spending time alone the best way to truly relax and reduce stress? Okay. Because you're already, this sounds very similar to what the question that you're being asked,
Yes.
right? So I would not use it, in my opinion. I would just delete it. Okay, so regardless of age, all people need relaxation. So I would delete this. Okay, so now we're but you had plenty of room, right? We were at what, you wrote 280 words? Or how many did you write?
Yeah,
Yeah.
281.
Yeah, so we've got plenty of time. So just delete that. Okay. So regardless of age, all people need relaxation. And I'm not keen, right? British people will say keen, right? We Americans will say like, but I spent so much time with British people, I say keen as well. But I'm not keen, or I don't like starting sentences with most. So, but most of the advocates may state that spending time alone is helpful because they can freely do whatever they want. How would you, now that you are seeing this, how would you change this sentence, or what? How else would you express this, or better express this? Let's put it that way.
I think we
I will.
can.
Well, yeah. Sorry to interrupt, but all right. Let's at least make it look a little bit better, right? So, all right, there you go.
Yes.
So let's get rid of that. You don't need that. You can say advocates is fine. So now, how else? How else would you change this, Eric?
Um, I think I would say advocates benefit from staying a lot alone. No, staying alone a lot because they can freely do whatever they want.
Okay. Yeah. How do you define being an advocate? What is an advocate?
So it means the people that agree with the point that staying alone is a good way to reduce stress.
Right. Good. Very good. Good. That's funny. Yeah. Okay. Advocates may state that spending time alone is helpful. I was always taught to put a comma. But look, man, word nowadays, no comma. I don't understand. That's right. So advocates may state that spending time alone is helpful because one, I would say just one, us, right? One
Yeah.
can freely do whatever they want. That's all right. That's good. I just get rid of that many right in front. You didn't need that. But that's all right. That's good, Eric. All right. So now you stated the agreement part, right? And
Yes.
this is the introductory or the intro paragraph, right? So then now you would need, right, the disagreement portion, right? So again, let's do, why can I not move this again? Sorry, buddy. Hold on, let's do it. Oh, there we go. Oh, you don't need to see my ugly face. I just want to see your handsome face. All right, there we go, Eric. All right, let's do what we did before, right? So that's just your opening sentence. So that can be any color, right? So we'll just make that yellow. Or no, because that's, well, who cares? All right, so now to agree, well, let's try to make this objective based because I know how your
Yes.
brain, you're more science a little bit, I think, right? So let's make that green is the agreement part. Okay. And then disagree. What color do you want, man?
Blue.
Any color, pick one color.
Yeah, blue.
Blue. All right. We'll make it light blue. All right. So disagree is light blue. So I would say, right, this one would have to be light blue, right?
Yes.
This would have to be the disagreement. So let's read it. Oop. And again, I'm not a fan, Eric, of starting a sentence with yet, because that's more of a conjunction, right? Where I would say,
Yeah.
Eric, um, you are such a fabulous English speaker, and you're such a fabulous English speaker, yet we can work on your English writing skills, right? That's one sentence, right? Conjoined.
Yes.
So I wouldn't start a sentence with yet, but let's go ahead and read this. All right. Yet some people believe that communicating with each other is best for relieving stress. So how would you? That's great. So that is blue. Job mission accomplished. But now, how would you change this to make it sound better?
Um, I think one way is to change yes to however.
Hmm. Good, right? Right. There's so many words, right? Yin yang, right? Conversely,
Yes.
however, alternatively, right? You know all these. Uh well, I'll just take a minute here. And I'll send them to you. Let's do Google Images. Um how would I phrase this? Alternative, no thanks, Google. Uh contradictory words. Beginning words, I guess. Okay. No. Contrast, contrary, no. However, but although. Is this good? Yeah. Yeah, Eric, like these, something like this, right, bro? So yeah, transition or let's see. Transitional words? I don't know if they're transitional or comparative. We want comparative, maybe. Um Contradictory or comparative. Alternative is another however, there we go. List of connecting connectors, right? Contrarily, yeah. Well, you can work on that. All right, let me just and then I'll just send these to you on Ding Talk here, so I remember. All right. Yeah, but it's been cold in Florida, man. It's I don't know if you know. Have you been keeping track of America's weather?
I'm not sure about if it's really cold, but I've heard of one thing. It's about the huge winds happening near Florida, I think.
Yeah, well, but it's been so. This has been one of the coldest since I was born. So about 40 some odd years, 45 years, the coldest on record. So it was freezing here this past month. And up north, like it's cold here. So I've had to turn on the heat. So it's like I'm waking up, right? My nose, because usually in Florida, you don't need heat, you need air conditioning, right? Throughout the whole
Yes.
year, because it's like Shanghai, right? It's Hong Kong. We're on the same, right? It's hot all the time.
Yeah.
But so this was cold. And up north in Ohio, right, which is another one of our states in America, there was
Yeah.
because the snow was so bad, there was like 50 cars hit each other, right? And like five people died because on the highway, right? They're driving fast and boom, 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 50 cars. Crazy, man, right? Because you can't stop. And then it's just boom, boom, boom. Nuts, crazy.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. All right, brother. All right. So what did you say? However, you want to use however?
Yeah,
Or,
however.
so however. So however, some people believe that communicating with each other is best. Okay. Um right, again, this is right, you're ending with a preposition. You're ending right with a double preposition, really, right? With each other is
Yes.
before, right? With and for. So just how do you think you could rephrase this? You're right, that was good. It was a good switch, but then how could you rephrase the sentence to make it sound better, right?
I think we can just delete with each other because it's like redundant.
Yes, redundant. Great, Eric. Good. That's a good English grammar word. I'm sorry, which one did you want to delete?
With each other.
With each other. Some people that with each other, okay. So, however, let's read it again. Regardless, like again, the introduction paragraph is your most important, right? Because it grabs the reader attention, it grabs the reader's attention. It makes them want to read more. If you can't grab their attention, they're like, give them, no points. So, regardless of age, all people need relaxation. Advocates may state that spending time alone is helpful because one can freely do whatever they want. Good. However, some believe that communicating you could either include is or not include it. It kind of sounds good too, right? So, however, some people believe that communication best
Yes.
for relieving stress. Okay, now ending in a preposition again, though. How could we include that to make it sound better?
Um, we could just put this, I think, in at the front of the sentence.
However, yes. And how would you do that, Eric? How would you phrase it?
Mm, I think it's like, however,
I'll help you out with one word.
yeah, to relieve stress, some people
Yes.
believe that
Yes.
communication is the best.
Yes. Perfect. Excellent. Boom. Best. Good. Okay. From my perspective, that's excellent, right? Perfect. Because why? They want IELTS is about getting to know you, right? And like, are you going to be able to adapt to studying, right, in a new country, right? Exactly. So, and how are you? Like, what are you as a person? So that's good. So, from my perspective, when spending time with family and friends, do we need a comma? I don't know. Oh, Eric, you're right, man. Oh no, look at that. They want it as a possessive. See, again, this is wrong. So they want a possessive. It's not possessive. There's nothing possessive about it. Word is it's all the computer nerds, man. All right. So from my perspective, when spending time with family and friends, people can easily ease pressure. So you just brought up redundant. What do you think easily eases?
Yeah, it's redundant.
Yeah, I wouldn't use that much, but all right. So boom. So this is your first. You're making your statement in yellow here. This is your agreement in green, right? And then this is your disagreement in blue. And now this should encapsulate, right? This should be your opinion and which way are you going, right? So we can make that red because that's whoops, sorry. So this is the all important one on what do you believe, right? So that's excellent. So from my perspective, when spending time with family and friends, people can easily ease pressure. Okay, how can we rephrase this, Eric? And then how can we rephrase this? I like from my perspective, but how can we rephrase this to make it sound better?
Um, um, like spending time with family, and we don't need when, and we just say spending time with families and friends lets people ease pressure
Yeah, spending time with
or
family
prompts
and
people
friends.
to ease pressure.
Perfect. Yes, from my perspective, spending time with family and friends eases pressure and right what they want to know stress, right? Yali, right? And stress. All right,
Okay.
excellent. Let's do something fun now, right? We've got 6 minutes. So I'll send this on to you with the color coding again. But right again, you really want to focus on making that introductory paragraph right? Gong hao, the best, right? Fabulous. And then everything else works from that. So the first one is just your introductory statement, sentence, right? Reiterating what the question is. This is a comparative essay, right? Or a
Yes.
yin yang, right? Comparative. So then the first sentence would be the agreement part, right? The third sentence would be disagreement, right? That you're thinking of the opposite side, right? That's all important at university, right? And in life, right? You want to see all angles and both sides. I mean, this is how you think. You're an excellent thinker. So it's just a matter of putting it in writing, right? And then the final one is your opinion. What do you think? Do you think? And then you need to justify it, right? You need to answer this. And then the color coding would be more or less green, right? Like around this. I'm just, throwing this out. So then this would be the green, right? And then I think this is blue. And then this would be, maybe the blue, right? And then, oh yeah, 1, 2. I'm sorry. The whole paragraph would be, you would need to make this the green. Sorry, guy. Yeah. The green, right? Come on, man.
Yes.
What the heck? Sorry. So there you go. And then this one, right, would be the
The
opposite
blue one.
again, right? So this would be the blue. I think we did that. Right? And then which side are you taking, right? You're taking the come together. You disagree. You think spending time with people relieves stress, right? So then you're going to take bits and pieces of this and you're going to put that in your conclusion kind of, and make that yours, make that your own, right? So that's kind of the color coordination, Eric. And let's hear, I'm going to send that on to you. And then hold on a second. All right, did you have a look? Let's do one of those fun worksheets. There's a lot of science ones there that were
Yeah,
kind of
I
cool. Which
have
one?
looked through it.
Oh, you didn't have time, or?
Yeah, I have to look through it and
Oh, okay.
find some interesting ones.
All right. Well, hold on. Because we still, hold on. We still have like 10 more minutes. Where did I just put it? There's Eric's essay. Okay. How about let's get rid of that, Eric. All right. How about, let's see. Well, this one's kind of very strong. Nuclear fusion. Actually, that's not bad, Eric, right? That's not bad.
Yes.
So why don't you, and then we'll practice some of your speaking, right, of the questions. Okay, so here we go. Let's cut this out. And we got to take a break, right? Because we're coming up on 3 minutes. Then we have about 10 minutes when we get back. So here you
Okay.
go, buddy. So why don't you take time? Take about as long as you need, whatever, 2, 3 minutes. I'm gonna get some coffee. And then hold on, bro. All right, there you go, Mr. Kong. So take your time with that and just ding talk me when you're ready to answer the questions. Okay.
Okay.
All right, brother. All right. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Yeah, goodbye.